cigarette contains 7,000 chemicals. The problem is, as soon as you finish smoking, that feeling goes down and it is followed immediately by the feeling of fatigue. That moment, dopamine has been released. That is why you can have that feeling of pleasure. Hey guys, it's your girl Jasmine Vic. So today I have come to talk about smoking and vaping, like I promised I will do. So let's get straight into the topic. Smoking. What is smoking? Smoking is simply the inhalation of smoke into your body. What is vaping? Vaping is the act of using e-cigarettes, electronic cigarettes. Just so you know, e-cigarettes have these modernized cigarettes into electronic things, like some of them are in pipes, some of them are in like a box, some look like a pen, those are e-cigarettes. So using that is called vaping. So that's it. But both of them, it's smoking. You are taking in carbon dioxide into the body. Now, why do people smoke? The reason why people smoke is because of the pleasure they derive from smoking. That is why people smoke, because they derive pleasure from smoking. Now, this cigarettes, it contains tobacco, which contains nicotine. The major substance in tobacco is nicotine, and mind you, cigarettes contains 7,000 chemicals. Imagine 7,000 chemicals. That is what you are introducing into your body. But the major substance inside is nicotine. So what nicotine does is it goes straight to the brain. So as soon as you take in smoke, that cigarette, as soon as you take it in a matter of seconds, it goes straight to your brain. And in the brain, this nicotine, it stimulates what is called dopamine. Dopamine is a hormone that is found inside the brain. So dopamine is this hormone that is responsible for pleasure in a human being. That is how God created us. The body have different kinds of hormones, right? In the brain, we have a hormone that is called dopamine. So this dopamine is that hormone that is stimulated when there is pleasure, when there is happiness. For example, you pass your exam, say, oh my God, I passed my exam. That moment, dopamine has been released. That is why you can have that feeling of pleasure. That is why you can have that feeling of happiness. It's because of dopamine. It's already inside every human being, the way God created us. Now, you smoking, you taking nicotine that goes act by going to the brain to stimulate dopamine. Now, dopamine, when it's stimulated, it gives this feeling of pleasure, this feeling of satisfaction, this feeling of motivation, this feeling good feeling. You feel good, when you smoke, because dopamine has been released. Nicotine keeps releasing dopamine and it's giving you that feeling. So that is why you see, and you see people smoking, and you know the problem. The problem is, as soon as you finish smoking, that feeling goes down, and it is followed immediately by the feeling of fatigue, because you are in that high state, right? So now you have finished. It is followed by fatigue. Fatigue is tiredness. Following that happy state, following it immediately. So what happened? The person does not like this feeling, of course. You just feel very high just now, and now fatigue. You say, no, I want more. You go and take another one. You start. In a matter of seconds, it's going to the brain. Oh yeah, happy feeling starts. You're feeling high, feeling motivated. That's why they say, if you smoke, don't drive. If you drink, don't drive. Because these things, they stimulate dopamine in your brain. That is, giving you motivation. You will see a motor on the road. You will look at the motor as nothing, and you want to do one or two things. Or you see a policeman on the road, you want to slap, or army man, you want to slap the policeman because you are feeling motivated. Do you understand? But when that feeling goes down, what follows is fatigue, and then your eyes will be clear if you go and slap a policeman. Do you understand? So it's not even long-lived. It's short-lived. It's a very short, feeling. Let's talk about its effect. Now you are smoking, you are happy, you are having this good feeling, but you know what it's doing to your body? It affects the entire human being. Smoking affects the entire human being, the human being as a whole, because it affects all the organs of the body by depriving oxygen. It's depriving the body of oxygen. And the body, there is no organ of the body that does not require oxygen. Even to your skin. Your skin requires oxygen to rejuvenate. That's why you can look fresh. Do you understand? So you smoking, if your skin is deprived of oxygen, you see it starts wrinkling. You start looking older than your age. All right, so now I've just talked about skin, but now the two main organs or systems of the body I want to talk about is the respiratory system and the cardiovascular system. Those are the system of life, I must say, because respiratory, you are breathing. If you don't breathe, you are dead, right? The cardiovascular, for the blood, if your blood is not released into your body, flowing in your body, you are dead. And smoking especially deprives these two organs of oxygen. Now let's talk about the respiratory system. How is smoking bad for your respiratory system? Now you take in smoke. Remember, you take it in with either from your mouth or from your nose. And from the mouth and nose, both of them are connected at the trachea. You know, there's an organ behind that's called trachea that connects your mouth and your nose. So that trachea goes straight down into your lungs. Inside the lungs, we have what is called alveoli. Alveoli. That is the microscopic structure of the lungs. If you use a microscope to look at the lungs, you will see these alveoli. They are these tiny little sacs, you know, tiny sacs inside your lungs. They are responsible for the exchange of blood. They exchange oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood is the blood that has oxygen, and deoxygenated blood is blood that does not have oxygen. So in the alveoli, you taking in the air, you are taking in oxygen inside your body, is going to the alveoli. The alveoli is exchanging that oxygenated blood now inside the blood that is going to the heart, to the body, while it's taking out the deoxygenated blood, the blood that's coming out of the body. So exchange of blood takes place in the alveoli. Okay? So now, instead of you taking in oxygen inside your body, you are now taking in carbon dioxide, because smoke does not have oxygen. You are taking carbon dioxide inside the body. So the carbon dioxide now is now going down to the alveoli, and then it's going inside your body. It's going inside your body. Now, what does the body need? Oxygen. Now, the blood that is coming from the body with the hope of getting oxygen from the alveoli is getting there now, and it's seeing carbon dioxide. Instead of seeing oxygen, it is seeing carbon dioxide. So it's taking back carbon dioxide inside the body. So what have you done? You have succeeded in depriving yourself of oxygen, in depriving your organs of oxygen. So that blood will go back to the heart, and heart will say, where is the oxygen that I sent you to go and bring? The blood will say, I got there, I did not see oxygen. This is what I saw. I brought what I saw. The heart will say, okay. It carried the oxygenated blood now, the carbon dioxide that was brought back, because normally it's oxygen that is supposed to be brought back to the heart, and the heart will pump for the body. But now it's bringing back carbon dioxide. So the heart will say, okay. The heart will carry the carbon dioxide around the body. So what is happening? All the parts of your body is getting carbon dioxide instead of getting oxygen. So you are depriving every part of your body, every organ of your body of oxygen. That is what, and you know, oxygen is life. Do you understand? So you doing this over time, before you know that alveoli, I'm talking about how it's affecting your respiratory system now. That alveoli, they start to, you know, darken, because you know more. You know, when you're burning something, if you burn, the thing gets black, right? So you are bringing in this smoke every day. Every day, the smoke is coming, and before you know, the alveoli, those red, you know, blood-filled alveoli, they start to get dark and dark and dark, and before you know, they die. And this one is dying because there are very many. You know, if you have seen catfish, you know, I think a clear example is catfish. If you have seen the lungs of cat, the gills of catfish, you will see they have is alveoli. You see those tiny sacs, like small sacs that are there. That is just how it is inside the lung. So one by one, they start dying. One by one, they are dying. They are getting dark, and before you know, the tissues of the lung starts to die. And when the tissues of the lung starts to die, what is happening? Lung cancer. That is why they say 9 out of 10 cases of lung cancer is from smokers. The tissue starts dying, and before you know it, when it has gotten to the end stage of the lung cancer, the nose, you will breathe in oxygen. Now the oxygen goes there, but there is no alveoli to exchange this oxygen you just brought. There is no alveoli to exchange it inside the body, inside the blood. So the person dies. That is just you. The person will just die because now there is no oxygen going in anymore, because you have destroyed the lungs. The oxygen, there is no place for the oxygen to go inside. The alveoli is gone. The whole lung tissue is dead. Let me show you the picture of a dead lung. Like everything is gone and the person dies. That is why smoking can kill. It kills. Not it can kill, it kills. You know, when we are growing up, we hear this saying, the Federal Ministry of Health warns that tobacco smokers are liable to die young. I'm very sure if you are from Nigeria, you must have heard this word. If you are born in the 80s, 90s, we that they gave birth to in the 60s. You understand? We hear this saying, the Federal Ministry of Health has warned that tobacco smokers are liable to die young. Why would I want to die young? Why would I want to smoke so I die young? No. That's why you have to quit smoking. So I just explained to you what it does inside your lungs. It destroys your alveoli, which is responsible for exchanging the oxygen you breathe in inside your blood. Destroying the alveoli. So when you breathe in now, alveoli is already gone, it's already dead. There is no place for the oxygen to go inside your blood, and the person dies. You see? It's clear, right? Now, that is how it affects your lungs, and this happens over time, okay? But the good news is, if you quit smoking, maybe you have smoked for 2, 3, 4 years, and you want to quit, the good news is, these lungs, they have the ability to rejuvenate. These alveoli, they have the ability to rejuvenate itself. So if you can quit smoking, research have shown that if you can quit smoking for 3 years, your lungs is going to go back to that of a non-smoker. In 3 years, you can bring back the lung tissue. They will keep rejuvenating and then, of course, the person keeps coughing, because we notice that people who are trying to quit smoking, they keep coughing. That is the lung trying to build itself. Okay, that's the good news. All right. Now let's talk about the effects on the cardiovascular system. How does it affect the blood? It's the blood, the heart, because cardiovascular system, the blood, the heart, the blood vessels, and all that. Now, remember, I just said the exchange of blood, which is taking place in the alveoli. It's as the oxygen is entering inside the blood is going straight to the heart, where through the left side of the heart, the oxygenated blood. So which is, the aorta is connected to the left side. So the blood enters into the aorta, and then the aorta spread the transport. This is how blood is distributed, like this. As the blood enter out, while the enter out like that. Do you understand? So the blood vessels are connected to the blood. Now, when you smoke, when you keep taking in this carbon dioxide, it goes to the heart. The heart now is not pumping carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is not good for the blood and the blood vessels. It destroys the lumen of the blood vessel. What is lumen? Like, the blood vessel is like a pipe. Blood vessels, I mean the arteries and the veins. They are like pipes. You know what's the pipe? Inside the pipe, there is a hole inside where the blood cells are going through, right? So the blood vessel, the smoking, the deoxygenated blood now, the carbon dioxide which you are bringing in, is destroying the blood vessel. It's causing the blood vessel to be shrinking, because it needs oxygen, but now it's getting more of carbon dioxide. It's shrinking, and some of them because forming plaque inside the lumen of the blood vessel. And before you know, the lumen, that is the inside of the blood vessel, gets smaller. And if it gets smaller, what happens? When the heart is pumping the blood, it takes more energy to pass through that lumen. It's using more force. That is what is causing high blood pressure, because now the heart is using more pressure to push the blood, because the lumen of the blood vessel have become smaller, and now pushing it with, with force. The heart is, working. So you are giving your heart more work. You are causing high blood pressure for yourself, because now the pressure the heart needs to push the blood is now increased. So it causes high blood pressure. And if care is not taken, if the lumen keeps narrowing and narrowing and narrowing, some of them will cause there will be occlusion. And if there is a single occlusion in the blood vessel, that is a heart problem. It's already a heart problem. If there is 1, 2, or 3 of 3 blood vessels that are connected to the heart is occluded, heart attack. Person will just have heart attack, because now the blood is pumping the blood, the heart is pumping the blood out, but the blood can't go and it's coming back to the heart. Heart attack. Do you understand? Heart attack. The blood can't go, so instead of it going, it's coming back. This one is pushing, this one is coming back, and this one is pushing, coming back, and heart attack happens. Person will just fall down. Stroke, happens. So smoking affects your cardiovascular system, destroying the heart, destroying the blood vessels, leading to occlusion, leading to atherosclerosis, blockage of the arteries and the veins. Heart attack occurs, and then death. So it is not good for your cardiovascular system. Let me try to be fast now. Now, apart from the cardiovascular and the respiratory system, is affecting all areas, all the systems of your body. For example, how about the reproductive system? Smoking can also decrease it will cause infertility. It will decrease the ability for you to have a child. How does it happen? For a woman, if you smoke, it's going to decrease your ability to get pregnant. And even if you get pregnant, the ability to the risk is more for miscarriage. Like you are prone to miscarriage if you are a smoker, if you manage to even get pregnant. And even if you don't have the miscarriage, for the fetus, you are depriving your fetus of oxygen, and the fetus will be affected. Some of them will be born with abnormalities. Those are the things that happens to a pregnant woman who is smoking. And now for a man, of course, I'm talking of the reproductive system now. For the man, it causes low sperm counts. Low sperm count, especially low sperm motility. It decreases sperm motility. What is sperm motility? The ability of the sperm to swim quickly to go and fertilize the egg. Remember I talked about the X and the Y chromosome when the man released the sperm, which contains the X and the Y chromosome. Remember, if you watch my previous video, I said that the X chromosome takes 3 days to get to the egg, right? The Y chromosome takes 1 day. After 3 days, the X dies. But even for the Y, after 1 day, it dies. That was what I explained. Now, when you that is smoking, this smoke, it decreases your sperm motility. That means the sperm is supposed to, at least 3 days, you must be there, right? You have to be there. After 3 days, it's going to die. But now, it's not even 3 days, it's still halfway. The thing have not even swim even halfway. Do you understand? And it dies. So you can never get a woman pregnant. That is what is happening. That is why you that is suffering from infertility, that is smoking, that is what is happening there. So quit smoking. Okay, because it leads to infertility. Now, how about the dental system, like your teeth? You should know, of course, you are bringing in carbon dioxide into your mouth. It will blacken your teeth. It will cause bad breath, gum disease, and then oral cancer. That's why most oral cancer is associated with cigarette smoking. That's for the oral health. How about the skin? Like I said, wrinkling, because your skin it won't be shiny. Your skin will be wrinkling because there's no oxygen. Okay, which system are you going to talk about? Is it the hair? The oxygen that will cause that is supposed to be making your hair to look lush. Your hair will be looking dry, thinny, and looking haggard. Which system are we going to talk about? Is it the kidneys? All the parts of your body. Every part, as long as it's smoke, carbon dioxide that is normally is supposed to be taken out of your body, you are bringing it in, depriving the body of oxygen, and you know that normally it's supposed to be, taken out of your body, you are bringing it in, depriving the body of oxygen. And you know that oxygen is life, and you are depriving it. It destroys everything, and over time the person dies. Okay, so please, you have to quit smoking. Now that you have understood how bad smoking is for your health, how can you quit? First of all, we said the first step to quitting smoking is never smoke. Never even start smoking in the first place. If you know you have not even smoked before, never you do it, because to stop it is not easy, because this is something that is addictive. It's addictive because, anything that gives you pleasure, we human beings, we like pleasure. Anything that gives you pleasure, you want to do it more. So never start smoking because it's addictive. Never start. Now, for those of you who have already started smoking, how can you quit? First step, the first step to quitting smoking is the willpower. Willpower is that will, that zeal, that willingness to say, I will never smoke. I want to stop smoking. That is the first step. If you don't have that zeal, that urge, to quit smoking, then you can never stop. That zeal have to be there. You have to understand that you are destroying yourself and you are leading yourself to early grave. So you decide and say, no, this is not what I want. I want to quit smoking. The zeal. Okay? That's the first step. Now, the second step is to seek medical help. You have to seek medical help and counseling. You can do it. You can't do it on your own, I tell you. If you want to quit smoking, you can't do it on your own. You need help. Someone have to help you. You go to the doctor, you want to quit smoking, they will refer you to the right department where they are going to help you to slowly quit smoking. So you have to have the zeal, seek medical advice and help and counseling. And then the third thing, you have to tell people. You have to tell people that you want to quit smoking. Yes, because when you're smoking, you weren't doing it in secret. You were doing it openly. People were seeing you. So you still have to tell people that I want to quit smoking, so that in your mind, if you go and smoke, they will tell you, is it not you that say you want to quit smoking? Why are you smoking? Do you understand? So if you see your friend that you already told that I want to quit smoking, you will not want to smoke now, so that your friend, because you already told your friend, so your friend will say, why you got to smoke now? Why you smoke when you say you want to stop? So you have to tell people. Remember, you tell good people, not those people that are pushing you, those your bad friends that are even pushing you in the first place to smoke. Not those people. You have to tell good people. Another tip is avoid bad company. That company that whenever you are with them, everybody's smoking, so you too, you want to, smoke too. Avoid those kind of people, okay? Another tip is that you keep yourself busy, because there's a saying that says, idle mind is the devil's workshop. So you keep yourself busy, keep doing things, keep doing things, and to keep your mind off smoking. With all this, you're going to, by the grace of God, stop smoking. And then the final one I'll talk about is prayer. You have to pray about it. You have to pray, because there is nothing God cannot do. And one thing I know about God is that God is someone that when he sees you and sees your effort at something, and he now see that thing you have tried your best, and your best you can't do it anymore, he always step in. And trust me, when God step in, it's settled. There is something, let me use this opportunity to share something with you. There is this video I watched a long time ago. It's a playlist that was done in the church. Now, there is this girl, Jesus was standing there, she was here, devil was behind, and his demons, they were behind her. So this girl was trying to go to Jesus. She was pushing and pushing and pushing, and the demons and the devil, the bad character, they all held her behind. They were dragging her. She kept pushing, and then Jesus on the other end, Jesus was doing like this, like, come. Jesus is ready to receive her. Come. Jesus is trying, and the girl was pushing, but the demons, they were holding her. This girl used all her energy to keep pushing. So it got to a point where the girl could not, her energy was not enough anymore, because the dragging that the devil and all the demons were dragging her was too much. It was too much. She was pushing, and slowly She slowly and slowly, and then she fell down, you know, with the devil still dragging her. She fell down with the hope that, oh, I wanted to, you know, I love to go to Jesus, but her energy was failing. And then as soon as Jesus saw that her energy was failing, Jesus did not do like this again. Jesus came in, stepped in, and pushed out all the demons from her and held her and clothed her. Do you understand? So why I'm saying this is, if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing and keep trying, and then God sees your heart, God sees your, you know, your action, your effort, He will step in to help you. Trust me, when God step in, it's done, and then you will live a healthy life. And in 3 years, like I said before, research have shown that in 3 years, if you quit smoking in 3 years, your body goes back to that of a non-smoker. So I hope my video have blessed you today. If my video have blessed you, give me a thumbs up, like my video, comment, and you share it. Share it to bless people, because I believe so many people will benefit from this. Okay, thank you so much. And whatever your thoughts, if you have any experience or anything you want to share, just leave it in the comment section. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.